Here we go. Another reaction has just hit me. I'm set poolside here in Los Angeles, and the Ahmaud Arbery case has now concluded. The jury has come back with guilty in all three. Tough one for me personally to think about it, in the sense that, let's be clear, Ahmaud Arbery was murdered. No doubt about it. In my eyes, he was murdered, and justice is served. However, I do not support the American criminal justice system. I'll tell you why, because there's a third person in this case that has found guilty of murder. And it sets a very, I know it's not going to be a very famous or very, let's see, there's going to be a lot of backlash for this kind of support. But let's think about the slippery slope that it sets on. Because the third guy is essentially a witness. He recorded everything. And they got him because of kidnapping and stuff like that. So then once you're doing the kidnapping, you are guilty of whatever takes place. It's just like that same situation with armed robbery of a bank or something like that. Even if you're the getaway driver, you're responsible for whatever takes place inside the bank because you took part in that felony. But think about this. Imagine the slippery slope that puts you on. Somebody comes in your house or your neighbor, or you're sitting outside chilling, and you're recording something. Now they end up killing somebody. You can be found guilty of the murder for that? Very slippery slope. You know, did the father and the son have to go? For sure. You ain't got no tears from me on that. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Because I don't care what this guy was doing. He was a looky-loo. I've done this several times myself. I've gone look at products. It's just interesting to see what they're going to do in the house, you know. And never did I think I'd be shot dead because of it. So the initial reaction is shock. The initial reaction is, I don't want to say I'm glad, but, you know, there's some justice here. But I don't trust the United States justice system. It's just overly charges, overly sentences, and it's just filled with inherent corruption and stuff like that. You know, click here where I talk about that in one of my other videos. But my initial reaction is shock. My initial reaction is, I'm glad that there's some form of justice here. Nobody should be killed for looky-looing in a house or even trespassing. No, doesn't matter. You can't be judge, jury, and executioner. And that's what the father and the son, that's what they did, essentially. They took it upon themselves to do vigilante justice, to stop and apprehend and arrest, but then ultimately murder this guy. Because as you can see, he was trying to get away from these guys, and they still engaged with him, and he had a right to defend himself. And that the son shot him, and it's terrible. The problem I have with this whole verdict, and it's not going to be it's not a very popular opinion to have. It's just that the third guy, it just sets a slippery slope for American justice, because now as a person with a camera with me at all times that records, if I see something or I see somebody running down the street, say I just go right now into Hollywood and I see somebody chasing after somebody who I think just committed a crime. I'm just recording. I don't even know the people. And they shoot and kill them. Am I going to now spend the rest of my life in jail for that? It's a slippery slope if you stop and really think about it. But that's my initial reaction. You know, popular or unpopular, I don't know. But I still think that justice has been served. I just worry about this third guy because he always felt more like a witness to me than a perpetrator. And he's going to spend possibly the rest of his life in jail because he's charged with murder. Might as well pull the trigger himself. That's what that means. And it just seems really slippery for people who have cameras now. The father and son, oof, no sympathy, really. No real sympathy for them. The father, 100% no. That guy needs to go. The son, I heard his testimony. I know he said that he asked his father if he called the cops. I understand what he was trying to do. The fact of the matter, he brought a gun. You could have just recorded, kept a distance, and everything would have been fine. And just be a good witness. That's a lesson for all of us. Just be a good witness. And that's all you need to be. But then I say that, and I think about the third guy. And it's like, can you be a good witness? Because you could get charged with murder. But I'm going to close this video with this. I'm happy that the Arbery family has found justice, that their son, their brother, their nephew, their cousin, his friends, his neighbors, his colleagues got justice, and that his death and his murder wasn't in vain. And so with that, my thoughts are with their family first and foremost. And I probably should have said that at the beginning. I'll probably get some flack in the comments on that. But this is a raw reaction, unscripted, just really going from the initial thoughts. It literally came in like moments ago, hit my wire, and I'm just like, what to do? Because I have a camera, and I have a camera with me at all times. Can I be a witness? I don't know. But I'm happy that the Arbery family and his family and friends have gotten justice. You know, that they have affirmed that we, if we get killed, have a right to defend ourselves and run away from these people chasing us. Because I worried that they were going to do like what they did with George Zimmerman and say he was defending himself. So thank goodness it didn't happen that way. I roughly support the outcome. I worry that they're going to over-sentence the third guy. And that's really the only issue I have, is that the third guy is going to be over-sentenced. Something like 15, 25 years for essentially recording somebody in his neighborhood and following that person. I don't know. Hit me in the comments as always. Click here to watch one of my videos, and click here. Oh, nope, sorry. Click right here to subscribe to the channel, and then click here to watch another one of my videos. With that, I'm out. Peace.